It's Ideasphere with Professor Ralph Frerichs, Deadly River. A controversy involving United Nations peacekeeping forces, the World Health Organization, and scientists is about to come unraveled. At the center of the controversy is the deadly disease, cholera. The raging epidemic has claimed over 9,200 lives. Now, victims will have their day in court. They're seeking compensation from the UN for its role in spreading the disease. A few theories evolved in the early stages of the search for the cause. There was also speculation of a cover-up. This is where retired Professor Ralph Frerichs' book, Deadly River, opens.
Haiti had this huge cholera outbreak that appeared in the Artibonite River area in the center of this Caribbean nation. And it started in October 2010. It soon engulfed the entire country and eventually became the world's largest cholera epidemic in recent memories. But the larger issue of the book, however, was the unusual response of the United Nations and the World Health Organization and the CDC. Their cover-ups and how cholera came to Haiti created much of the drama in the book. And it also explains the problems that can arise in a poor country when politics and epidemiology clash, making it all the harder to control and then eliminate the disease.
One of the interesting situations that you write about in the book is how the Haitian government asked for assistance from a French epidemiologist, providing the country with the necessary insight. Dr. Perot, and you had a chance to work with him during his investigations.
Yeah, I actually was sitting here in my house. I was retired at the time, a few years back when all this started, but still teaching a class at UCLA on epidemiology, and I'm always on the lookout for interesting examples, interesting things to bring to class to talk to the students about. And I had started reading about this cholera outbreak in Haiti, and lo and behold, it seemed to be that it was getting quite extensive. It wasn't so much the increase in the size of the epidemic that startled me, but rather the unusual comments that came out from epidemiologists suggesting that the origin of how this thing got started should not be looked at or not be considered.
Yes.
Or that it couldn't be done. And I thought, well, all that I knew about cholera, it's not that hard to figure out, where it came from. Plus the fact that Haiti had never had it before, it made it into a bit of a mystery. And normally for epidemiologists, our nickname is being disease detectives. And as detectives, this is catnip to an epidemiologist. You always want to find the source and find out what's going on and how it started and such. And to hear CDC epidemiologists and others kind of parrot this line, they all sounded exactly alike, that, we could never find the source, we'll never be able to find it, it's not in our interest, all those things. They were very unusual comments.
Okay, so for some, it's going to sound rather like a leap of logic to place the source as the UN peacekeepers, but there is evidence that that is the case.
Cholera has often and historically been spread by armies and the like. And it wasn't until 2004 when the peacekeeping effort started that all of a sudden you had the potential for outside diseases coming into this poor country. The soldiers that came from Nepal, they had had an outbreak that had occurred in Nepal a few months before they left, that we think that they became infected in Nepal and then brought the infection to Haiti.
And the Center for Disease Control investigators were reluctant to identify the UN peacekeeping force as the source.
They were reluctant, and this, again, part of the speculation of the book is why. Why would they be reluctant? Yeah. Why would they not rush in there? It was the first question that I had, and I found it so startling that kept reading more and more and trying to find out what it is that happened. I became friendly over the course of time with Renaud Perot, who'd come in and was doing the investigation. So he and I had a lot of correspondence back and forth. We met several times and so forth. So I was getting a lot of the inside scoop on what it is that happened there and what took place. But in my readings, I found that CDC actually was not as apolitical an organization as I had thought. CDC is under the purview of Health and Human Resources, which is a department with a political appointee. and that they, in turn, if it turns out that it is a policy of the United States that they need to adhere to, they can be influenced. And it turns out that shortly before the outbreak started, that the Department of State had written on their website about the importance of peacekeepers to U.S. foreign policy. So this policy of bringing these troops in was an important thing for the administration, and it potentially could rain havoc if it turns out that these troops had brought cholera to Haiti.
If you'd like to learn more about this situation, check out the website deadlyriver.com. The book is Deadly River, Cholera and Cover-Up in Post-Earthquake Haiti, Professor Ralph Frerichs.